start a new recording. We're streaming live and to MDX on my webpage. You could check it out. You could just click on the live stream. It'll take you probably to Twitch TV, and there you go. Hello Radio. Hopefully it sounds pretty good. And maybe Daryl come in here.
Okay. All right, your homepage, Weeby.com. Is it Weeby?
Well, I have that one. That's the homepage if you put my call. But if you go to my QRZ page, the live stream is on there.
Okay, let me do that. Yeah, the funny thing is, sometime when I'm on 75, if I don't have this antenna system tuned exactly right, I knock my computer offline on. All right, you say go to the QRZ page. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, it ain't gonna come up till I unkey. Yeah, so I may have to. Let me just do something real quick here. I could bring my SWR down just I mean, yeah, I'm tuning it like 1.5. Let me go all the way down to bang. Okay, maybe it'll come back now. Ooh, I dropped the plate current. All right. Yeah, okay. I was running. My SWR was running. Wasn't high. I mean, you know, this tube stuff don't care about that. Yeah, but I'm offline now, so probably when I unkey it, connection will restore when I come back. And it's interesting because I just got some ferrites to I'm going to choke everything going into this computer, the wireless, you know, the mouse, the keyboard, everything. Because it's, you know, the way this is set up over here, I'm running off a server. Yeah, my son's got a firewall up, and there's a couple of servers running, and you know, all of these the PCs are hooked into the switch. So yeah, I know. I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about. You know, because I'm not all that literate on networking and all that. But anyway, yeah, I'll check the page out. But I'm gonna unkey and then my internet will come back and it'll probably stay there. Into MDX KA2PVT.
Yeah, real good. Just want to leave a little space in there in case somebody want to jump in. Yeah, I run a network switch as well, especially when I'm doing remoting with the Flex. But right now it's off. I don't need it. But yeah, real good there, Mr. Eric. You sound good. Nice night to be on radio. I'm off for 4 days, so I'm going to be chillaxing. And I'm probably not going to be chilling too much because, you know, with these girls in the house, they always got me doing something. I'm sure you understand that. There's always dad, or honey, can you do this? And yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's all good, man. Keeps me going. It's all good, man. Hopefully this weekend will be nice. I don't know if it's going to be a washout, but I'm praying it's going to be a nice weekend. Back to you.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. It's supposed to warm back up, man. It's freaking cold out there. And I take the dog out. I got a little Shih Tzu, and you know, I walk him like 3 times a day, man. I was out there about 7 o'clock, and the wind is blowing. It's like a couple of weeks ago, and what a teaser with the weather. What was that? Last week it was like 80 degrees just about, man. So. Yeah, it's a little crazy. Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah, your kids, man, they getting a little old there, ain't they?
Absolutely. I hear somebody tuning up in there, so maybe leave a little space next go around. Yeah, my oldest one, she just graduated from college, and she's working on her master's now at Rutgers. She's 22, and then the other one's 18, so she'll be starting the college journey soon as well. And then the little one, she's going to be graduating junior high school this year. She's 14. So all females, all females in the house. So I'm pretty much outnumbered here. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, real good. Let me see if I can hear me. Oh, I just locked it up. Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, I see the display, but yeah, I'm probably, you know, it's funny, if I get this thing tuned just right, then I don't knock it offline. But all right, real good, man. Yeah, you got one in college. Wow. But that's good. One in college, one in high school, and one in junior high. Wow. I know you catching hell with 3 females, man. That's got to be something. Well, yeah. Well, my grandson, yeah, he graduated last year, and then I have let's see, an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. So you know, they're in kindergarten and 2nd grade. So those are the grands. So there you go. But all right, real good. But yeah, I'm seeing your page. So I guess after I'm key, I'll get back in line. But yeah, well, real good, man. Yeah, real good. I know they're keeping you busy down there.
Yes, sir. Hey, how's my signal down your way, Eric? How we doing down your way? We moving that meter? Hello, radio.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're doing good. I don't know. Sometimes I think the meter on this Mohawk is a little I ain't gonna say, you know, loose, but yeah, you're about a 9, you know, about a 9 to a 20 sometime with a little fade. You might fade down to a, I don't know, 6. But you know, I don't have a noise level on this old tube receiver. I turn the RF gain down. If I got the RF gain all the way up, I don't know, noise level's maybe a 4 or so. But I keep it turned down, so I got maybe a 1 or a 2. But you know, one noise level versus an S9 signal, you know, that's considered quieting the frequency down. So yeah, you're doing good, and you got some swang. I notice some stations, you know, bump my S meter up as when they modulate from the dead carrier. Some do and some don't, but you are. So yeah, well, how much power you running down there?
Let's see. I mean, it's maxing out. This thing right here about 400, a little over 400 watts total. My carrier, I don't know. I would have to shut things down and see what I'm putting into this, but not much. But for a solid state, it's pretty good, man. It's doing pretty good. Between 400 and 500 watts, that's pretty good.
Yeah, let me see if I can hear myself. As soon as it goes to the receive, when I keep it up, yeah, I knock that sucker off. All right. Yeah, okay, 400 is good, man. Yeah, I'm sitting here right now. I'm running about, right around 100 carrier and on the scope. Yay. Yeah, on the scope there, I'm 100% modulated. So, yeah, it's going probably about 400 PE. Yeah, sometimes I throw this transmitter into the tune position and it'll drop the carrier to about 15 watts. And then I fire up the AL80A and I get 150, 175 watt carrier out of the station doing it that way. But then, you know, a lot of times I'm like, what sense does that make? But, you know, the only thing is the audio peaks look better going through the amplifier. Even if I wanted to back the carrier to drive down to 100 watts, it just still looks a little bit more impressive on the scope here. Now, I mean, you may not hear it, but it just looks more a little bit more impressive. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? But anyway, yeah, I like this big boat anchor, man. Plenty of knobs. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got about 25 knobs to turn here between the transmitter and receiver. Yeah, plenty of knobs to play with.
Yeah, I got about 77 on the carrier. That's what I forgot to tell you, but yeah. Oh, there's a peak about 500 right there on the LP100. Let's see. Somebody else is tuning up. Let's see if anybody else wants to get in here, Eric. I don't want to hog it up. N2MDX. Anybody else want to get in? All right. We got the frequency all to ourselves. Over to you, Eric.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey. Oh. Yeah, I thought I might have been able to catch myself. Hey, do you do a recording and you can play this back later on, or is this just live right now?
Oh, I could do the recording on the Flex. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, this is KA2PVT, just testing, doing a quick audio test with N2MDX mic in South Central Jersey. I just want to see what this boat anchor sounds like.
All right, hopefully this is a great reproduction. Let's see.
Yeah, this is KA2PVT, just testing, doing a quick audio test with N2MDX mic in South Central Jersey. I just want to see what this boat anchor sounds like. Yeah, okay, sounds okay. Yeah. Can't complain, it sounds real good. Yeah. Well, yeah, I went there and I did a project last week there. This guy was selling these sequential switching boards, and it'll key up 3 different circuits, like 45 milliseconds apart. So I grabbed me a bud box and put that in there and put a bunch of relays. So just switching between the receiver and this transmitter, you're not going to hurt the receiver. But I got this RSP1 SDR receiver, so far so good. I didn't blow the front end of it up with the RF. So yeah, I put this sequencer together, so now I can key this thing up with my foot switch, and I got the antenna switched the ground on receive through this receiver and the SDR, and then the down key takes the antennas offline from the main antenna, and it switches it over to the transmitter, and then I got a muting relay and then a relay to key the amp if I want. So yeah, it's real cool, because before I had to throw the switch on the front of the transmitter to put everything in line, and everything happens like right away. So I got rid of that problem. So yep, foot switch is working fine, just like if I was on the sideband radio. So that makes it a little bit easier to operate.
Yeah, real good, Eric. I was going to ask you, did you have a dial key with the SDR play? Yeah, I built my own dial key, and I used the MFJ one too. The MFJ was crap. Had RF sensing on it. It was just a POS. But my own dial key that I built when I was running the SDR play with some of the radios, it worked well. I ran a few of them, but one of them I had real bad RF going into, so I had to put some toroids and shit on it. It was a hot mess. That was with the ACOM amp. I don't know, for some reason it was just killing it. So I took that out of the line, and yeah, so I haven't used it in a while. But if it's working for you, that's a great thing.
Oh yeah, it is. Hey, who was the other station out there?
Oh man, it's Eric and Mikey. What's going on? KZ2N. I don't know. I don't use this thing on AM. I don't know. It may sound bad. I don't know.
Sounds marvelous there, Chris. How you doing, man? Long time no hear. KZ2N from KA2PVT. This is the real hi-fi mode.
Oh yeah. Well, I normally don't. I don't use this on AM, but running the Alpha 9500 and doing legal limit.
Big signal there, Chris, into Jersey. What's up, kiddo? N2MDX.
Oh, what's up, Mikey? How you doing? So, Mike, does this thing sound okay on AM?
Sounds over here. Sounds great, man. Sounds great. About 20, 25 over. Sounds fantastic. How you doing, Chris?
Good. I just kind of scanning around the band, and I heard Eric, and I said, wow, that's Eric. He's on AM. And then I heard you sound a little different on AM, and I'm like, I didn't really, I said, well, Eric said your call, N2MDX, I'm like, oh, that didn't sound like Mike. I listen more, and yeah, it does. It just, AM's a different animal, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm running the Flex here with the solid-state amplifier.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Which flex do you have, Mike?
I just a 6300.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, I had the 6300 for years. Sold it to Dave. And yeah, I like the 6500. You know what? For the $2,600, it was worth it. You know what I mean? And now I got the balanced audio input, which I need a balanced audio input with the red gear.
Yeah, real good. Get Eric.
Yeah, we're talking detail. Yeah, okay, real good there, Chris. Well, yeah, you sound fine, man. Yeah, I just went over to my SDR and yeah, you're let's see, I guess you didn't adjust your bandwidth, but yeah, you're a little over 4. You're about 8K wide here on AM, and yeah, I'm running some managed gear here. I'm running heat killer Apache and a Mohawk receiver, and I also have a RSP1 SDR receiver in line. So yeah, I'm running some room warming equipment. But yeah, you sound fine there, Chris, and the audio's good. So, and the 9500's doing well. So I don't know if you set your parameters up for AM, but you know, just in case you don't know, whatever the output of that amplifier is capable of, divide that by your carrier should be about a quarter of whatever the amp will do. So if it's doing 1200, then you should be running about 350 carrier there. You may even know that already, but no, audio sounds fine. So yeah, you're swinging between a 40 and a 50 over here with QRC at times,
Yeah, good. My carrier is about 250. And then it'll swing, a normal peak's 1300 or so. So I got that set. And what was the other thing I wanted? Oh, so yeah, I have it set for 4K, which gives you 8K on AM. I mean, should I be set for 5K or 3K? I mean, how do you normally set up on AM?
Well, most guys run about 5 or so, 4.5 to 5. Looking at, I'm a little wider than that from what I can see here. Yeah, I got my siblings is going down about 38, 69 or something like that. So, I'm about, I'm maybe 5 or a little bit wider. But no, you sound fine though. Yeah, I mean, and I know you can do whatever whatever bandwidth you want with the flex. But no, you sound fine. But on AM, you can squeeze more fidelity out, and it doesn't sound artificial or anything. It just sounds good. But no, you're doing well. And yeah, 250 or so on the carrier there. That's fine. You're not overdriving anything.
All right, so I moved out to 5K. I'm looking at it on the scope, and it looks pretty balanced. I mean, it looks, all the way across. It doesn't look bad at all. So hopefully it sounds all right, and I want to sound like I do on SSB. So I think it's pretty. I can make a record. I could record you guys too, but I'll just make a quick recording of how I sound to myself. I'll play that back silently. But over to you, Mike. Well, the daughters are getting a lot older. I remember when they were just babies, and now they're graduating college and all that good stuff. So, boy, I don't know how your wife puts up with you.
Me neither. I'm trying to figure it out, but I'll let you know when I come to some conclusion or another. But I know you've been working like a madman. I know I have, and. You putting any more money into that RV? Let me know when it comes back to you. Get Eric, N2MDX.
Okay, real good. I'm into MDX, KZ2N, KA2PVT. All right, yeah, no problem, Chris. You sound marvelous there. Yeah, when you went out to 5, I like hearing everything. I like hearing the sibilance and all of that. So yeah, that's like my receiver after 5 now. So yeah, it sounds good. It sounded okay where it was before, but it just sounds better now. So yeah, what you got to do is look at those settings you got, and come around come up here on the AM band, because I tell you, well, now the window, I won't say the band, as I tell you, when it gets quiet down below, man, there's guys out here like all night. I was out here the other night. It was like 2 in the morning. So there's always some conversation to be had, and I'm real good on the working crazy for you too. I retired last year in January, so you know I'm just trying to find myself now to keep myself busy as I was telling Mike there. So yeah, but it's all good. So there you go. Who does it go over to there? Yeah, I'm showing my age now. Who just transmitted? Oh, okay, your turn, Chris. KA2PVT.
Yeah, Mikey, I'm just kidding you. The wife is lucky to have you. Hard-working guy like you. You kidding? Guys like us are hard to come by. I know a lot of folk that aren't too hard-working, and I work with them. I have to carry the extra load, but it is what it is. All right, guys, you pick it up. I just wanted to say hello and try a little AM here with the flex. Glad you're out there, and so I'll remember to run 5K. With this thing, I don't know what it'll go. Will it go out to 10K, which would be 20? I don't know. I forget. I think it'll go all the way to 10, which would give me 20.
I'm at 10 right now, Chris. So 10 each side. And I wanted to tell you, I got rid of that stupid Maestro. I got sick of that thing. I had it here for, I don't know, about a month. And boy, did I didn't care for it. I know you like it, but I don't know. I think a tablet will do me just fine. I just lugging around that big suitcase, I thought it was just horrendous. Over to you.
Oh yeah, the Maestro, I love it. It's not a remote device for me. It's a station in a box. So when I go camping, I hook my rack gear up to it. Everything, Mike. I mean, all of it gets hooked up to the Maestro, and I run the RE27 with the IHY boxes, and you can't do that with anything else. You need the Maestro, but I don't consider it like a remote thing. If I want to just get on the air remote, I'll whip out the iPhone or the iPad or the laptop. But if you want to run all your rack gear when you're camping or whatever you're doing, wherever you go, that's a nice piece where you can plug everything in like the radio is there.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it, man. I mean, the only thing that was nice about it is that I could leave the station on downstairs, go upstairs, and then connect, providing that the Wi-Fi is good and everything. Otherwise, you would get lockups. But, yeah, I'm not going to miss it. Trust me. Get Eric.
Yeah, okay, real good. Yeah, I doubled with you there before there, Mike. Hey, Chris, man, you don't really want to go, past 5 or so, because then then you'll be like splattering and interfering. Because we basically, we only have really like 3 frequencies. Some guys operate 3873, but if not that, it's 3875, 3880, and 3885. So, if you're running 10K wide, 20, that's you're gonna be bleeding on the adjacent frequency. So 5K is good because then that makes you 10 wide anyway. But but it sounds fine. And okay, yeah, you're running the Maestro. All right. Wow. Yeah, I remember. I think when that piece just came out. So I guess it's been out a few years now. But anyway, this is my second SDR receiver that I've been running. This is a better one than the one that I had earlier. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The RSP1. So it it's got variable bandwidth, selectivity. It's got like 5-notch filters. It's got all that stuff in it. So I just use that as my reference before I got the tube receiver, which is the matching receiver for this transmitter. So, I'm looking at my signal right now while I'm transmitting. I'm not listening to it, but I'm looking at it. So, that lets me know I'm right on frequency, because this transmitter, it will move a little bit after time. So we just get the frequency back corrected. Hey, and that's real cool, man. You go camping and you take you sound like you're at the home station. with the RE27 and all that in the IHY garage. I gotta hear you sometime when you head out camping. Are you planning on going anywhere this year? You know, in spite of what's going on.
Oh yeah. I'll definitely be going. And now I have the HF Auto, the Alpha, and I can remote everything right from the. We're going to be in Montauk. We're going out to Hither Hills in Montauk in May. And, you know, that's a campground where, you know, there's no power or electric or anything like that. I mean, I'll have my generator operating the fifth wheel. And I'll have a fairly elaborate inverter system in the RV. And it uses those lithium battle-born batteries. Actually, I only have one, but one is 100 amp hours. I mean, I set the generator off at 9 o'clock. Because that's the rules, but I'll run the generator most of the day, and you know that battle-born battery will take me long into the night. I have the radio, satellite TV. My son's playing his Xbox on the other TV. You know, the thing is, it's 47 feet, so it's got a couple of TVs and you know everything else that you want in you know a luxury home.
Oh yeah, man! I tell you, that's the way to go. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, that is the way to go. Yeah, we went camping, I don't know, what was it, God, 3 or 4 years ago. A group of us went up to Jim Thorpe up in Pennsylvania. And, yeah, same thing, there was no power. Did they have power? No, there was no power, but I did have, you know, stores and stuff like that. But, you know, it was a lake, nice camp area and everything, so that was fun. I didn't take any radio equipment with me, but I can just imagine, man, yeah, with a 37-footer, you can have a good time, man, and that 100 amp battery should, you know, run you for a while. Well, I'll be listening out, man, and be nice to hear you from out there working some HF there. So, all right, let me turn it over to Mike, and I'm going to run downstairs, and I'll be right back up here in like less than a minute. So, into MDX, into KA2PVT.
Yeah, real good there, Eric. All right, very good. We'll wait till you get back. And what do you have your mic gain set on right now, Chris?
My mic gain's on 10, you know, on the balanced input.
There's a station in there. We'll get you in 1 second. No, I meant on the Flex. What do you have the mic gain on the Flex?
Right, the mic gain on my Flex, I have it on 10. You know, don't forget I'm using rack gear. I get the Behringer and the Apex channel, and so there's a little balancing. Plus, I use the what is that? The level input control, the iBox from you know Julius. But yeah, my mic gain's on 10 right now. I mean, if I wanted to balance it with the mic gain on 50, I could just control the level control on the iBox. But 10 is good, so this way I can give it a little more, a little less. Do I have enough lows, Mike? Too much lows? You know, what's going on with the low end?
No, everything is fine. Everything is pretty much even. I just think that you get on the, I guess, too close to the mic sometimes, and you get some phase shifting on the band. So yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes. But there's another station in there. Breaking station. Go ahead. This is November 2, Mike Dog X-Ray. I guess he's gone. Either that or he blew a fuse. Back to you, Chris.
And I'm back.
Okay, get Eric.
Yeah, okay, yeah, just wanted to let you know I'm back. Yeah, Mikey, it looks like the band is going a little bit long. Your signal dropped down a little. You still hearing me okay?
Yeah, I got you about guest 9 right here, so you're sounding good. Yeah, I did notice that. Do you notice like a little phase shift a little bit on the band, yeah?
Sometimes there, yes, it's QSB on the signal. I don't notice much phase shift on you, but I hear some on Chris sometimes. But Chris is coming a lot stronger. Yeah, when the band fades a little, I get a little audio distortion. On this receiver, if I'm on my NCR, I'm running the synchronous mode, so I don't get it as much. But yeah, I hear it a little bit.
Yeah, Mike, you guys are phasing a lot.
I know. I was hearing that. I was just wondering if it was just me.
No,
Nope. I did turn my mic down, my mic gain down, to 5. I don't know. It doesn't look like I'm hitting the level, but then again, this is AM, so it could be all different. So, but yeah, a lot of phase shifting, and but still, working good. And I run synchronous mode also. Now, Mike, do you listen on AM on synchronous or the SAM setting? Because it makes AM sound so much better, I think.
What do I have it on now? I have it on regular AM, I think. Yeah, I could go on SAM as well. Let me see. Talk to me.
Yeah, put it on SAM. I can't stand the regular AM mode. It's too tony. Where the SAM brightens it up, it gives it crisp. Especially when you got the big stations on. So, but it's everybody's different. But I find, and Eric, you tell me, I find that I guess SAM stands for synchronous something, but SAM, Eric, you come back and tell me what that means.
Yeah, okay. What it means is, synchronous AM, where what it does is it puts the receiver in a double sideband mode, and it syncs. It's almost like you're on sideband, and it synchronizes a small BFO in the receiver, which locks onto your carrier frequency. So what happens is sometimes when you get a fade, your carrier actually, drops out, but your audio is still there, which is sideband. So the synchronous is almost like listening on sideband. So when your carrier actually drops out, it's like you're listening with a product detector and a BFO there, and it actually, there's still a carrier or, so to speak, or an oscillation which is locked onto your carrier frequency. So that's why it cleans it up. You notice that especially when you look at your S meter and you get a fade in the signal, the audio doesn't get distorted like if you're listening in the straight AM mode. It doesn't happen all the time, but that's how it works there. Over.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounded so much better now in the synchronization, and I think some of the phasing actually disappeared as well. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, cool. So now you're actually hearing. I find it to be you hear so much more on the synchronous AM mode, and I discovered that a while back, and on the Flex anyway. So nice to know that it works, similar on other SDR receivers, and I don't know about the Anon, but it makes AM sound so much better, doesn't it, Mike?
Absolutely. Here you go, Chris.
Yeah, it makes AM sound so much better, doesn't it, Mike? Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Damn right it does. Go ahead, Derek.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes it sounds much better. Yeah, and on this receiver, when I put it in the synchronous, I can listen to double sideband without the synchronous, but I think it gets rid of the carrier. So it's actually like listening to sideband on AM without an AM carrier. It's all crazy, but I'm liking this RSP SDR receiver. So I got two receivers running over here, so I'm listening on the RSP now, or DSP. SDR. So I can switch between the two with this other box that I built, so I can switch them, listen, compare them. But anyway, real good, Chris. But yeah, man, this is the real fidelity mode. You run into some real nice guys up here on AM, and it's just great. I'm loving it, and I've been doing it constantly for the last 2 years now. I was on AM back in the late 80s and early 90s, but I sold that transmitter, and I just acquired this one about 2 years ago. So so this is the mode I like working the most. So that's where you find me most of the time there. Yeah, go ahead there, Chris.
Okay, very good. I'm just looking at my carrier here. Don't mind me, guys. This is like AM, like the real AMers do it. They'll be having a conversation, and since you have a carrier, you can stop talking, and you know, just babble on and go on. But you know, it's still fun to listen to. It's almost like it's a different way of articulating, because you're not so concerned about somebody doubling with you. I mean, once that carrier is struck, then it generally it you know, it prevents a lot of that doubling and stuff which we get on sideband. So, all right, very good. I'm trying to get into the whole AM mode. Wow, the alpha, the high-speed fan's kicking on now, so she's starting to warm up. But all right, you know, just wonder what my signal is to you, Mike. And you know, as I'm not talking, am I getting any needle movement, or am I getting that AM swing? Over to you, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting down a great signal here. Like I said, you're 20 over. When the band starts shifting a little bit, you go down to 15, but it's back up to 20 at most times. I bring up the audio a little bit, and just a smidget. So just tell me if you hear a difference, if it's more distorted, if it's more punchier. Just let me know what you think. Go ahead, Eric. N2MDX.
Yeah, okay, Chris. Mike. Yeah, it sounds a little bit more punchier, but I'm getting that phasing again. So. The fidelity of it is great. Level sounds great, sounds good. So I wouldn't worry about it, but I couldn't give you a critical report that time. And Chris, yeah, looking at my SDR, you're about a 30. You're swinging between a 20 and 30 over, pretty consistent. And yeah, this mode. One thing about this mode is you get a serious AMer in there, and even my wife accuses me of it. She says, boy, you sure can get long-winded. So, you know, we'll talk 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes at a pop and not think anything of it. But I'm not going to do that tonight. But, you know, you get into a serious AM conversation, and that can happen. You definitely can get long-winded, which is okay. That's one of the things that goes with this mode. So, yeah, but anyway, Chris, you sounded good, man. I'm just about at 5. I'm like at 4.9 on the bandwidth, and you sound great. So, I would definitely write these settings down or pop them into memory, and next time you get on AM, you'll be good to go.
Beautiful. You know, the great thing about the Flex, Mike, you probably know, you really don't have to adjust it much, you know, from band to band or from sideband to AM. I've done AM, you know, before, you know, and I've gotten pretty good results, but now, you know, I never really... I don't know, I just wasn't into AM for a while. Of course, it started. I mean, sideband is great, but then, Mike, this is what we were talking about, and of course, Eric touched off on that, but what made me, I stumbled across it by accident. I'm like listening to AM, and I'm going back and forth, and I'm like, what's this SAM thing? And I'm trying, and I'm like, wow, that can't be right. I thought I was in the wrong mode. You know what I mean? I thought like I was inside, because you know how when you're listening to someone on AM and you can dial them in on sideband, and it to me it sounds better until someone else transmits, and then usually the carrier is not dead on like SDR on the older radio, so you have to keep adjusting. And then I realized this SAM or synchronous AM mode is that's the way to go.
All right, I just put on my camera now, so we got a camera in the shack now, looking at the equipment. All right, so we're live here. If you go to the QRZ page, my QRZ page, Chris, I don't know if I told you before, but you could check out your signal and everything live on the QRZ page of N2MDX. Over to you, Mr. Eric. You sounded good on that Apache. Let it rip.
Yes, sir. KA2PVT with the not scratchy Apache with my audio mods. Yeah. Hey, Mike, I wish I could look at it. You know, let me go back online. Maybe I'm not kicking this thing offline now. I bet you I am. Let me click here to reload the player. It's probably not going to come back. But anyway, yeah, real good. But yes, the synchronous or SAM, when you're on AM, it makes a world of difference. The only thing where you may have a problem, I don't know if it's adjustable. It probably is in the flex. But if you go into the settings for the synchronous, you can set how far off of the center frequency it'll lock on to a carrier. So like mine, I think I have it set for what the heck is it? KC or less. So if somebody keys up in their let's say a KC off frequency, it's not going to sound right because it can't lock on to their carrier. It'll sound like. But if you're in that window where if they fall within the range that you set the AFC or the frequency or where how far off center it'll lock on, it's fine. And mostly everyone tries to be pretty well zero beated on each other. So if you get a double, you don't hear a heterodyne. But so I hope I didn't bore you with that. But I don't know what the settings are in the equipment that you guys are running. But I can go into this SDR and set that. So I got it kind of set kind of narrow, and it locks on the guys pretty fast, and you really don't even notice it. But yeah, it's a great attribute to listening to AM. It really makes it sound good there. All right, over you there, Chris. KA2PVT.
Mikey, it looks to me, I could be wrong. It looks to me like you're running 10K on both sides, and we were talking about that. Am I right about that? I'm looking at your transmit bandwidth. It's 0 and 10K. That's nutty. I think you're spreading your audio too thin, though. I mean, I'll try that too, but yeah, 0 and 10K, and you're listening at 8K. I'm looking at my signal now. I was ignoring that. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty full. No question. And great, super clear view. I mean, you got that nailed. I mean, that's an awesome setup, Mike. But you've always been good with the live video stuff, and I'll tell you what, man, that's one of the best presentations I think I've ever seen. And we played with this in the past. Bud had one going, I had one going, and it was okay. But man, this is like I'm looking like at the pan adapter at my own house.
Yes, sir. All right, so now we're at 8K. I backed it down. I actually forgot I was on 10. I was like, wow. Yeah, so this is 8K. Sometimes, the wider you go, you can definitely thin out your audio. I agree. And it starts getting a little wishy-washy. So this is locked on 8K now. I don't know if you hear the difference. It's probably better. Who knows? But I guess next go-around, let me know. How's it sound over to you, Eric? Hello, radio.
It sounds fine. Let me see. As soon as as I'm getting ready to, the latency, as soon as I'm getting ready to see my signal over at your place there, Mikey, my computer goes offline. So hopefully I'm going to get that problem arrested probably after the weekend. Once I get back into Jersey, I'm going to spend the holiday up in PA with the grandkids. Yeah, I can operate from up there. We got a station set up there as well. My son is here. But yeah, I just blew the screen up full screen, man. Yeah, nice looking display on the Flex. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, it sounds fine, Mikey. I didn't look at your bandwidth, but I'm receiving back on the Mohawk, and it's only I can switch it out to 5, and it's narrow as 2, so it'll go like 2, 3, and 5. So that sounds okay the way it is, but real good, man. So real good night on AM here, and let me just check some parameters. I got a lot of meters and stuff to look at, but everything looks good. Let's turn my plate current up a little bit, but all right, real good. So over you there, Chris.
Yeah, Mike, one day, if you had time, I'd love to ask you on how you're doing this and what programs, because it's really top notch. I'm telling you, I've never seen a transmission like this, and the delay is minor. It's a very little bit. You know what you need now, Mikey? You need that wood box meter. You know what I'm talking about? That works with the flex on one of the cat channels. It's a big giant analog meter. Yeah, that would be really sweet if you pop that in there.
Yeah, I turned on something else too. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm going to enable something. Go ahead, Eric. Let me just do this.
Okay, I'm going to go up. Wow. Yep. All right, real good. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking that I'm using my receiver and I didn't have. Yeah, on the SDR I got to hit the letter T on the keyboard and it mutes the receiver. But I'm forgetting that I'm looking at you online. So yeah, real crazy. But yeah, Chris, I agree, man. He's got that set up pretty nice, man. And there's another guy that does the same thing. That's not quite, it's a little different than this, but on the same idea, and that's Billy KA2PVT. He streams on what the heck is that? I think that's Twitch TV or something. So yeah, he does the same thing, streaming, and he puts it on YouTube too. You can look at it later, so it's real cool there. All right, back to you there, Mike.
Yeah, real good. I'm just putting up something else here. My FR stack. My FR stacker, which is pretty cool, and it shows this thing up on top. Do you see this here, Chris? It gives you the SWR, the voltage on the flex, the temperature. You can see my carrier wattage, and it'll show reflective power. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but that's what the stacker does. You can see it up at the top where I'm pointing to. Over to you, Chris.
No, that's cool, Mike. That's cool. You know that Woodbox radio, do you have the setup file? If you don't, I can email it to you. I don't think it's available for download anymore, but no, the stack looks pretty cool. I don't use the computer, Mike. Maestro man only. I mean, this is everything I need to control the radio and, sit in the shack. And I wouldn't take my Maestro anywhere where I couldn't have rack gear on it. Or, not rack gear, but IHY stuff. So you found out, I'm sure, is the thing, if you put a hand mic on it or whatever mic you try to hook to it, you don't get good results. So you have to have an RE20. Well, obviously, you want good audio. You're going to have good audio, microphone, and some sort of processing. So the Maestro's great for that. For anything else, I agree with you, Mike. I find that you get better results with an iPad as far as audio quality and usability and portability, ease of getting around, But the Maestro, you can't beat it for basically being able to remote your station and bring your station. You know what I mean? Have the microphone, you could use a rack gear, whatever the hell you want. So, all right, yeah, I'm looking at my signal. I'm just rambling on and just looking at my signal there. It looks pretty full. Just looking at what I am. I guess I'm about 9-10 over there on the meter. Is that what that is?
Oh, you're about 20 over. Yeah, please send me that Woodbox thing. I think I have it on a drive somewhere, but if you remember tonight, I would appreciate it. That would be great. I'll definitely set it up on the computer and I can put it up on a live stream. That would be fantastic. Go ahead there, PVT.
I don't know your email, Mike. I don't think you sent me anything in a while. Could you shoot me an email real quick and then I'll
reply right back with it.
Line yet? Oh. All right, I'm hearing you there, Mikey. I'm still getting your it's latency, but I didn't knock my computer offline yet. I don't know what's going on. So I'll be able to hear my. Oh, yeah, it just went off. Okay. All right, but anyway, yeah, real good, Chris. Well, yeah, your audio sounds real good, and on my bone anchor receiver, you're about a 40 over. You're floating between a 20 and a 40, and the meter on the boat anchor goes up to a 60. So you sound like you're sitting in the room here, Chris. No problem. And Mikey, yeah, I'm getting some fading again, but I'm still hearing you fine. And you're down around a 10 or so. So anyway, looks like you're getting into the swing of things there, Chris. There, you're kind of holding that hammer down for for a few minutes. So that's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. An old buzzard transmission there. Over you there, Mikey.
All right, very good. All right, Chris, I heard you a little bit in the beginning, a little double, but yeah, I just sent you an email. So I put MDX email, Woodbox, so you can respond to that if you like. And fine business, very good, very good, very good. Everything's working here. Tokyo's nice and cool, not even heating up one bit. It's got some good circulation on the Tokyo high power. I'm running the 1.2 KFX, and I'm not really beating it up too hard. So, and I tell you, I'm surprisingly this thing works pretty good on AM. I was thinking about selling it, but you know what? Maybe I won't. Go ahead, Chris.
Hold on, let me get this done. So you guys pick it up. I want to get it sent to you.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Derek.
Okay. Yeah, right back, KA2PVT. All right, yeah, no problem. But, yeah, I don't know what that wood box is you guys are talking about, but sounds like interesting. Hey, Mikey, what is your what email address are you using? So I'll know to look out for that if you send me something else.
It's my name, my call at Gmail.
Okay, yeah, that's funny. I'm wondering if I did get something from you. Who knows? But yeah, if you're not, if I haven't sent anything to you, you know how it is there. Everything goes through my junk mail, so I might have seen it and didn't recognize it. And I do like a lot of deleting at one time. So anyway, I'll be more careful. I'll look out for it and see what I see from you. And yeah, I gotta tell Maurice K2KWO that I ran into you here on AM. Yeah, Maurice is up in Western Jersey now. Matter of fact, he's not too far from Village. He's up in Village area, up in Western New Jersey now. So, yeah, I work from sometime here on 75. 40 meters is a little iffy. You're too close, you kind of can't hear each other. But down here on 75 at the right time of the evening, I can hear him. So, I talk to him regularly there. We check into a net on 40 meters. So I'll let him know that I heard from you, man. I remember we ran into you years ago at one of those ham fests there. You remember that?
Yeah, those were the good old days, man. I think I seen you. I seen Maurice, Mo when he was alive, and yeah, I don't think I met Daryl yet, or maybe I did. I'm not sure, but yeah, good times. Hopefully, we get rid of the stupid COVID nonsense. It'll be good as soon as we achieve that herd immunity. Everybody gets vaccinated. We can start ripping off the mask and laughing and hugging on one another, shaking hands, high-fiving, and all that good stuff. It's funny, man. You remember when we used to high-five and shake hands and hug one another? Yo, what's up, man? You can't even do that no more. It's like, oh, God, everybody's like, oh, stay away. You might have COVID. Yeah, so it's kind of like, it's crazy, bro. Leave a little space in there for Chris, see if he gets back.
Yeah, okay, real good. Yeah, man, it's bad. Because, if we weren't in the situation we would be, right now I would be down in Virginia for our yearly family reunion. Yeah, I would be down in Virginia right now as we speak, and being around family and all that down at the farm. And this is the second year that we haven't made that trip. Yeah, we would have been there already. We didn't go last year, because we were in the height of it. But yeah, just like the ham fest, man, I miss that where, you get in there and you talk with the guys and, you don't worry about them having a cruise or whatever. Well, I mean, That was the least of our worries then, right? Yeah, now you're talking about, you know, you could have something deadly. Wait, let me make an adjustment here. Ooh, yay. Oh, that even looks a little better. Yeah, you know, when this tube stuff warms up, man, some of the settings change, so I gotta keep an eye on some of the parameters here on the transmitter. Yeah, I got one knob. I can look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can look at 5 different functions of the transmitter just by switching the meters. So, okay. Yeah, but anyway, so I missed that. And I heard that Sussex may be happening this year, because, I mean, that's in July. So we're talking, what, May, June? Well, we're talking like 3 months from now. So I guess if they keep the vaccine rolling out the way that it's going now, and you have people willing to take it, maybe we'll be able to do Sussex or one of the fests coming up later on in the year. I mean, that would be nice.
I mean, isn't that crazy? Like, summer's like almost here already. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Before you know it, it'll be May. And jumping in the pool and barbecuing and all that good stuff. You said something about removing a tree. I had a big tree come down, and I got some guys coming soon. They're going to remove all the rest of my trees, man. This is a whole bunch of mess back there, but they're going to take all the crap away. And I just heard my email, Chris, so I think that was you. Yep, Chris, I got your email, sir. Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, I got to get rid of some of those trees. I got to do some antenna work, and I'm doing some work on the house as well. You know, everybody got those stimmy checks, man. That's it. That's like everybody's spending money on radios or working on their house. Chris, over to you if you're back into MDX.
No, check the email, Mike. Did the file get attached?
I'm checking it right now.
Yeah, okay, real good there, Mike. Yeah, man. And, you know, and with the lockdown, I said, well, hey, man, I did some construction here. Redid my sun porch. I knocked 2 walls out, replaced them, and I built some screens and screened the sun porch in, put a ceiling on, put a new ceiling fan. So, so the next thing, when I get rid of that tree in the yard, then the deck is going out there. So that's the next big construction project that'll be going on here. And man, and before you know it, hey, man, it'll be time to open the pool up. So I got to go up to my son's and help him open his pool and, you know, get that all, get the pH all straightened out and whatnot. And we'll be ready for the barbecue and sitting back drinking some cold ones and jumping in the pool. So, and that's right around the corner. I mean, you know, the next big holiday coming up after Easter, you're talking about Memorial Day. And that ain't that far away if you think about it.
Yes, sir. Chris, no attachment.
Yeah, hold on. I'll send you another.
Very good. Yeah, nice cold brews and some barbecue, man. Let me tell you something, man. My kids could tell you I do the best chicken wings on the grill. I mean, forget it, man. Oof-ah. Man, I can't wait, man. Some barbecue wings. See, what I do is everybody puts barbecue sauce all over their wings, then throws them on the grill and it messes up the whole grill. I take the wings, I put them on there with nothing on them, okay? I get them nice and crispy, the wings. Then I take a bowl and whatever hot sauce or barbecue sauce I'm using at the time, I put that in the bowl. I take them off the grill while they're nice and hot and crispy, and then I put them in the bowl and I mix them all around. Dude... I have my mother-in-law over here. She was bugging out. She's like, please make me more. Please make me more.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Well, that's what it's all about. Yeah, you know, my son barbecues like year-round. It don't matter if there's snow out there or what. Yeah, we got the grill is working all year round. So, matter of fact, for the holiday, I think we're going to have some ribs. We're going to have some fish tomorrow. We went and bought some white fillets earlier today. So my wife and my daughter-in-law are going to make those up. And I think then Saturday we're going to probably be having some ribs, so that'll be good. But it looks like it's going to be a good weekend, and we'll stay up there in the PA. And I don't know, I could probably come back down here Monday or so. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you don't have to worry about what you're doing tomorrow, man, it's just a whole new world. And you know, I hate rubbing stuff in, but you know, people are like, well, you know, how are you handling retirement? It's like, well, as long as you have something to do, it's not bad. But you know, if you just sit around and look out of the window or something, then that's not fun. But you know, as long as you got something to do and to keep yourself busy and whatnot, it's like every day is like Saturday. So what do you do, man? So, you know, like today we watched went out, well, I had a dentist appointment, came back, went and got some food, you know, watched a few movies, and then I was like, okay, let me come up here and get on the radio. So as long as you got something to do, you're good to go. All right, I ain't gonna hold it there. Let me let Chris get back to you. Make sure you got that email. KA2PVT.